Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. We are happy to connect with several people across the globe from all kinds of professions. They are welcome to the International Fab Talks to share their journey with us, to inspire us, and to share their wisdom. What we get to learn how to live life, how to be very selective with regard to the people we would love to have in our lives, the profession we would love to enter into, the contribution we'd love to make to the society, etc. is all about International Fab Talks, what we could learn from one another. And that's why we have many guests who share their time with us, and we have a good time with them, learning and sharing with one another. Today, we are really proud to have the special presence of a celebrity guest. She's connected with the right kind of people in the right way. She's been working hard and surviving in a very profound manner, where many of the women wouldn't want to go into that field. It is quite difficult for a woman to face that field. I feel so. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I feel that she has really proved herself in n number of ways when she has entered into this field. Many of you would love to know who is she, right? She is none other than M Mrithika Santhoshini. She's joining us all the way from Coimbatore. We'll get to know more about her journey on the International Fab Talks. She is a film director, a lyricist, an author, and much, much more, dear friends. We'll get to know more about her journey. And we thank her for taking out some time to be here with us. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much.
Hi, it's my pleasure to be here with you this evening. Hope you're doing good.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here with us. Lots of love to you. I go ahead and share ma'am's profile as I do that regularly. So today, as I earlier mentioned, we have with us Mrithika ma'am. She is a film director, author, translator, lyricist, poet, animal activist, etc. And dear friends, I'd like to add more to ma'am's profile. The first film where she took part, or she began her journey, as it was her first film as an assistant director. The movie name was Vanam by director Krish. Also co-directed one of the movies with director Parthiban. And she has worked also as a costume designer, a language trainer, a script doctor for various movies. And she's a great author. She's been writing wonderful books. And the first one to mention here is Wow, What a Woman, a coffee table book launched by Radio City Coimbatore on Women's Day 2020. Take a Bow is the second book, a Hindu book for all religions launched on World Environment Day 2020. Giggles, if I'm not mistaken, the word is right. Let the Home Echo, a children's rhymes book for age between 3 to 12 years, 3 and 12 years. And another book called as TGIF, that is To Gentlemen in Form, launched on International Men's Day. Wow, that's great. Another one is Smriti, if I'm not mistaken, The Voice of Atman, written and published when in hospital for COVID. So we'll get to know more about her COVID journey. I'm just guessing it. Maybe she would have been in the hospital and she has written this book. Let's find out the secret behind it. Another book called as Main Course, a book on vegetarianism, why and how one should opt this beautiful habit of entering into the vegetarian zone. That's nice. And she's also translated. She's a great translator. She also translated 4 Tamil poetry books from Tamil to English. And these books were written by contemporary poets. That's really nice. She's also good at public speaking. And she has launched Pudukottai Prabhakar's collection of short stories, Kaduval Kannavil Vandara. That's really nice. And launched poet Zara's poetry collection in 2017 in Chennai. And as a lyricist, she has been composing a lot of good songs. So let's see what's one of them. One romantic song here is Love in the Time of Corona, Paravai, etc. And there's much, much more. And she's also very famous for Valari. That's nice. And she's also, so let's get to know her journey as to how she has entered into this field. Why was she attracted to the field of cinema? What does she want to convey to the society through her hard work and dedication? She's very passionate about the work that she does, either through writing or film direction, etc. And of course, not to forget, love for animals. Yeah, ma'am, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for sharing your time and journey with us.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here. It's such a pleasure to meet you and be a part of International Fab Talks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being humble and gentle with this session. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, I'd like to go ahead and put the first question to you. I've shared something from my end, but the people who know you and don't know you would love to know something about you from you itself, because you have the authority to share something about yourself in the very right way. So I'd love you to share something about Mrithika. Who is the real Mrithika today?
Real Nrita is somebody I'm in search of. It's like I remember Emily Dickinson's words where she says, "Out with the lantern, I'm looking for myself." So, being a poet, being an artist, being a director, being an author, I do look for myself whenever I'm trying to reach out to humans with some story or the other. So you can see the real Mritika in her hard work, in her output that she brings out as a painting or a book or a film. Yes, that's where I exist in literature and cinema.
Excellent, ma'am. You have so many feathers in your cap. That's really nice to be versatile and to have so many interests. That's really nice. Now, ma'am, you began your journey in film direction. If you can just take us through that journey, how you entered into the field, was it easy for you? Is it easy for you, etc.?
100% destiny. Like, films is one of the main reasons that I started to believe in something called destiny. Because right from my childhood, I was so much clear that I'll become a film director, and I've been wanting to become a film director, which my parents were completely against about. So I did my MA English Literature, and I waited for their permission to be granted and all that. Once Nale Yekner season 1 happened, I was the first female contestant, and I was there for 3 rounds of the show. And then I realized I'm the only person who is from a non-film background, who's taking lots of money from home and investing in short films that doesn't portray the quality, the amount I spend for the short film. So I've been like thinking what to do. That is when the opportunity to work as an assistant director for Vanam movie came, because my mother tongue is Telugu, and they wanted a lady assistant director who is good in English and Telugu for the director, because he's remaking Veda movie into Vanam, from Telugu to Tamil. So in 2010, I joined the team and I started to work as an assistant director. Before that, trust me, I've never even seen a shooting spot. I don't even know what my work will be, what I should do. But there was this thirst for knowledge. There was this interest and passion to learn learn something about films and filmmaking. So I just like dived into the pool and learned the swimming, is what I should say, because people learn through Viscom and many other technical courses and come to films. But I was from literature background, and then I had to literally go to the spot and learn from the directors I worked with. And I really give all the credits to them. Like, whatever I am today is because what I've learned from the directors I've worked with. Yes, it was not an easy journey, but it was not as difficult as it will be for many people. In that way, I'm very fortunate.
Excellent, ma'am. That's really nice to know. And I'd like to know about the day one, the first day when you entered into the that film
Yes.
direction and all of that. What was that feeling? The first moment when you put your foot on that set, maybe a film set or something like that. What was that feeling?
Yes. In fact, just a day before I got the call from the team, I was, looking at Simbu's upcoming film poster, and Cheppi, there was a poster about Vanam. There was an announcement about Vanam going to go for shoot, and they had their puja. I was just like, dropping my jaw and thinking like, wow, it looks, the poster and everything looks so great. And from Vinay Tandi Baruvaya, Simbu Garu is going to do Vanam, ante, how nice the film will be, is what I was thinking. And the next day, I got a call from the team. And the first day, it was on July 12, 2010, I still remember, in a place called Matan Kupam in Chennai, where we had the shoot. I had no idea what I must be doing. And then, like, yes, previous day I did meet the team. And when you say you are a woman and you have to join a film crew, immediately they'll give you the costume continuity work. That's how it all started. But I was hired to translate the dialogues from from Telugu to Tamil. That's how it had to happen. But to start off with the first day, yeah, I was given a notebook, a pen, a paper, and a bag. There was a walkie-talkie and all that, where I have to look at the hero and see what he's wearing, how he's standing, everything, the action continuity and costume continuity. It was like, like George Bernard Shaw had told, happy is the man who lives by his hobby. Yes, I was just doing that in front of the desktop, looking at the actor and his films. Now I'm going to do that on live. So it was a very exciting day, a day I was too thankful to for, you know, That's how it started.
That you're almost 14 to 15 years into this field, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 14 years, yes.
14 years. That's really nice, ma'am. Like, how did you transition into a writer then?
Right from my ninth grade, I started to write something or the other. Like I used to write letters to people who live in the same house. That much of writing I love.
Wow.
I write a letter to my dad. I write a letter to my brother. I do that a lot to my cousins. I keep writing all the time. But I turned a poet first before becoming a proper writer. From 10th standard, I started writing poetry, and then going to literature, it honed my skills in writing, I should say. I started writing even more. The essays, the prose, the drama, everything happened. And because I was too good in writing, because I have been recognized by my professors and the other students, and I had small bunch of audience as a student itself, that motivated me to put the skill to use somewhere. And then I thought, like, why not? Where else can I use if it is not in cinema? And it is to bring out all the abilities and skills of writing that I use the canvas called cinema to make it even more bigger and more use, because it's a very powerful medium. Being a writer has lots of responsibilities, and I thought, like, if a person who is able to present this writing into visuals can do wonders for the society and to the people, and that's why I'm here as a film director.
Excellent, ma'am. That's wonderful, dear. I'd love to know something about Valari, if I'm getting the name right. What is this? You're famous for that, and like you're connected to that project. Is it a movie name? If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
of course. It is a movie
Yeah.
name. It is the first film I have directed. It's a feature film starring Ritika Singh and actor Srikanth. It is in Telugu. It was produced by Usha Kiran Productions, which is ETV Win, and it's currently on ETV Win app. And this Telugu film is going to come out in other languages in the upcoming days. Like, I'm looking forward to watch it in Tamil, Malayalam, and Hindi as well. Yes, Valari is the name of a weapon. I was thinking, like, in Telugu, be it Telugu films or Tamil films or Hindi films, we all name our movies in English, which is not our country's language. Why not we, having so many languages in the same country, use other states' language for our film title? And Cheppi, I had an idea. Then, because I named the script, I wrote the script in Tamil first, and then I did have the title Valari. Then I approached the producer Garva and I asked him, why not have the same, restore the same title? And he was diplomatic enough. He, very willingly said, yes, we can go ahead and have this as the title, because it is too connected to the story. It serves the purpose. And Valari means a weapon, which was used even before the independence of India, where the people in the down south, it belongs to Sivagangai district, Ramnad state, like where people were too skilled in the ancient times. It looks like a boomerang, but what happens is, like, boomerang is too sportive. It's not a hunting weapon or a war weapon, whereas Valari is a war weapon, and it was initially used for hunting. It can even amputate a person, it can kill a person, and it can come back to your own hand. The main core idea of naming the film as Valari is, whatever you do to the, do in your life, you might think that nobody has seen it, nobody knows about it. But whatever, every action we do will always come back to us. Whatever we do, we will have to face it. We will be the victim to everything that we do to the rest of the world. So that is the core idea of the movie. And we named the movie with this Valari. What is thrown comes back to you.
Wow. Thank you for explaining that. You've given a moral understanding of the
Yeah,
movie.
the film
What is the
carries.
real essence that one could look forward for this? That's really nice. So let's be honest, genuine when we connect with people. If we have done something bad, that will come back to us like karma or something, they say, right?
Yes, absolutely, like karma.
That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Fabulous. Now, dear, we'd love to know something about love. Love in the time of Corona. What is
Yes, love in the time of Corona. It's a very interesting story, because one of my friends connected me, because she knows that I write a lot of poems. She, who was running a coffee shop, she put me to a singer in Canada who wants to make an album song. And that singer wanted me to connect to a music composer in Kerala, whereas, like, we will all sit together and compose the album. Unfortunately, she was not, ready to bring out these songs. And then the singer disappeared from the, group. And I was like minding my own work, looking for, producer for my script early that time in 2020. But this music composer whom I got connected with through the Canadian artist, he called me up and asked like, would I be interested to write lyrics for, the COVID? And I gave him an idea. People are coming up with lots of awareness songs, with lots of advices in a very, philosophical, medical, boring way, dry. I wouldn't say boring. It was too caring, but it was too dry. Why not try something very romantic? And I used this situation to come out with a very romantic song where a man is too caring towards his woman he's in love with, and he wants her to take care of herself. And through his care during the time of COVID, he's proposing to her. This is the kind of situation I gave him, and I wrote the lyrics. I worked from Coimbatore and he was in Trivandrum. We both came together and brought out this beautiful song, Love in the Time of Corona, which is too close to my heart till now.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that journey with us. We also know that you have a great love for animals. Yes, can you tell us something about your love and passion to take care of animals? You are an animal activist as well.
Yes. I would always say, like, the power of one is the power to do anything, everything. You need not have always an NGO to take care of, the animals or any living beings that is suffering. What you can, like, support, you can do it on your own as an individual. So when I was a kid, I did subscribe, I did enroll, I was a member in many animal activism groups and families, but it wasn't giving me enough happiness, because I need immediate action to be taken when something is suffering. Lethargy will not help, especially when it comes to animals which cannot talk for itself. So right from my childhood, I don't know if it came from my parents or it is in the gene. Right from my infancy, you can hear my cat. She's coming at the right moment. So I grew up with cats, and dogs were very new. I started rescuing dogs. I started, like, treating them, be it canine distemper dogs or something with psoriasis, where people say, like, they are disgusting and disgraceful in the streets. I do go ahead and, like, help them, feed them, help them recover, give shelter. I very rarely foster. I most often keep them with myself. I don't. I can't foster and send it to a different place, because I know people will not be able to take the same care, or even if they do, humans, know the difference between, less caring, less sophistication, and luxury. But animals are not like that. Even if it is the minimal care, the first care a human shows, that lasts in their heart forever. That's what I have observed. And even if somebody is going to give them an AC room and look after them, they will not be very happy. They always remember their first master till their death. Be it dog, cats. People say only dogs are loyal, dogs are human friendly. No, every animals on earth, all species are human friendly. If only they are not hungry, they are not thirsty, you will understand. And I've, like, been taking this what I follow and help into social media. I keep writing books on them, like, that it is our responsibility to take care of animals around us. It is not for us that they are born. It is like, maybe if you believing they are born for us, you can also believe that we are born for them to shelter and nurture. I don't believe in buying dogs from breeders. Pet shops is something that I'll be very happy to abolish.
Lots of love to you. And I
Oh,
would like
thank you.
many of
Thank
us
you,
to
ma'am.
be, having this compassion for animals. I would love
Thank you,
to
madam.
come forward. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. Many of the people should be animal friendly. Like, let me put it right. Let us be all animal friendly and take care of animals, because, uh, you know, that is a gift that we can give to the universe to
Yes,
protect
they
life.
give love for free. You know what? An iPhone, iPhone gives you happiness for 1.5 lakhs, but a dog can give you happiness for a 5 rupee biscuit.
Very true.
Yes.
Yes. Dear. Ritika ma'am, I'd love to know now, when do you write? when do you feel that your thoughts are very, very active and your mind is filled with the right kind of thoughts? So when do you feel you're very creative? Which part of the day you're very creative with regard to writing?
I am a nocturnal person. I'm super creative when the world gets dark and silent. So I keep writing whenever. Writing is like smoking to me, I would say. Like, whenever I'm very happy, it's like people go and take a fag, I take a pen and write. Whenever I'm too sad, I do want to vent it out by, writing, coming up with poems. So initially it was only poetry, and then it started to, like, incidents where I start describing on the notes. And yes, I write when the world is dark and quiet, and especially during the times of rain and winter, I do write a lot. I produce a lot.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that with us, ma'am.
Thank
We'd
you.
love to see your books. I guess you have a few books of yours, if you can share that with us.
Yes, I've been writing 6 books so far. It's all self-published books during the time of COVID. I just couldn't sit idle and I brought them up. So here, what you see is my first book, which is a coffee table book, given an intro by my friend and stand-up comedian come actor Karthik Kumar, which was launched for Women's Day in 2020. This book, I would say, is like a multi-paged greeting card. Either you can give it to your friend or you can buy it and read it for yourself, where you will feel that pat on your back every time you read you turn the pages around. And this is very close to my heart. Like, although it was released on Women's Day and it is written for women, I was super happy to see most of the men buying the book and praising the quotes. Even men liked it. Normally, when it is feminism, when it is femininity, people always men always take a back step and they will think it is not for us, or it's got nothing for us to read. Very surprisingly, most of the men bought the book, and most of the men, like, came forward and said, like, we thoroughly enjoyed reading the quotes in your book and all that. So that gave me the go for the second book, which is a non-fiction. This this book, Take a Bow, is a book for Hindu book for all religions. This one is on environment. Like, even if Lord Vishnu tries to reincarnate in this world, he will not be able to survive. He cannot take all the so-called 9 avatars because the world is so bad. Even if he comes as a fish or a turtle or Buddha will not find a tree to sit down and get enlightened. Even if he comes as a fish, he will be, like, put in a fish tank and will be dead in a week, where he can't take the Vishwarupam and save the world. Even if he comes out as a pig, he'll end up in somebody's sandwich as a bacon, and it cannot happen. So where the world is today, what we have done to Earth, that I wanted to, like, reflect through few pages. So it's a combination of mythology and science. That's what I would say. That has been the second book. I felt really happy in coming up with the second one. And comes the third book. I think the copy is not with me. It's a children's rhymes book. Whenever I came across children's rhymes, I thought it's all sounding cute and nice, but it didn't have much message or morals for the kids to follow. Then I thought, like, why not write one? So I came up with Giggles, which says, "Let the home echo." It's got like some 50 to 55 small poems, which are rhymes meant for kids between the age of 3 and 12. It has got lots of good habits which the parents want to seed in them. It's like, from brushing their teeth, loving their siblings, loving animals, being kind to other humans, respecting elders. All that is in the book called Giggles. That is for the children. And came TGIF. This all men will be very happy to hear about, because I wanted to do justice. This Two Gentlemen in Form was published on International Men's Day exclusively. Like, similarly, it has 51 quotes on men, and we are acknowledging their presence, how good they are to make the world of a woman better, and all that. Like, greeting which you can give to your man in the house, be it your father, brother, husband, or the boyfriend, like, to anybody that can be dedicated to, even a friend. And then comes the last book which I was writing. This is my sixth book, which is called Main Course. This is on vegetarianism. It's like, why vegetarianism is important and how it can help you health wise. And I just wanted to break the myth where people say, people compare plants with animals. I don't say people should not eat meat. I don't say, like, it is a crime or a sin, but it is very, very basic to understand that plants are not animals and animals are not plants. People say, like, oh, everything is a living being, we shouldn't eat a plant. If you're loving animals, no, it is like, how you prefer not to eat a human when you're eating animal. It is the same difference that you prefer not to eat a animal when you're liking the plant. So that's something it explains. It's like, got all its spiritual views, the medical views, and it helps people. If at all somebody is wanting to become a vegetarian and they're trying to, looking for inspiration, they can go ahead and buy this book where they can feel very happy and easy to adapt to the new food habit.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that, dear.
Yeah.
What about Atman?
Okay, I think that book I have left it in a different place. It's a Smriti. Smriti is nothing but memories in a spiritual term in Sanskrit. It's the book is called The Voice of Atman. That was a special book. While I've been publishing all these books in 2020, when I fell sick in 2021 and got hospitalized, and I was in a very isolated place, it put lots of light inside for philosophical way of living, where everything meant nothing. Like, what if we don't wake up tomorrow, and what we have earned so far in life? It's not about the money, it's not about the name or the good name, bad name. It's not that. It's the love, affection, respect. Like, what happens to all of it? Like, that it's like, flowers that you dedicate to the god. Smriti, the voice of Atman, has lots of realizations and enlightenment in it in a smaller forms.
Yes, dear ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, dear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And dear friends, now we'll take a small break and we'll be back again. Do join us on the session called as the International Fab Talks with our celebrity guest, M Mrithika Santhoshini. We'll be back in just a few moments. Yes, dear friends, we are in a beautiful session connected with our celebrity guest. She is none other than M Mrithika Santhoshini. She is a versatile person with many feathers in her cap. As I earlier mentioned, she is a film director, an author, animal activist, a lyricist, a translator, etc. Now we'll get to know more about her journey. Join us on this beautiful session called as the International Fab Talks. If you like what the International Fab Talk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. Dear ma'am, I'd like to come now to you and start the session. This is part 2. After a break, we are back again. Ma'am, I'd love to know about Paravai. What is this all about, and what is your contribution to it, and how did it go further? And I'd love to hear, I would love you to share it from your end.
Sure. Paravai is a very special song for me because it was sung by Pop Shalini, the most happening singers of Tamil film industry. She has sung like a number of hits for South Indian films. And the song has been composed by Ilayaraja sir's daughter, Bhavatarini ma'am, who's no more. So, it's a very special song for all of us because I wrote the lyrics, and the lyrics is about a woman, how she yearns for freedom and how she defines herself as a lady. It's a melody. Normally, when it comes to feministic or feminine songs, it will always be like either very motivational and loud. But Shalini Garu and Bhavatarni ma'am were very keen that it has to be soft and melodious, like womanhood and femininity. So we maintained that, and I was very happy to do justice through my lyrics. I'm sure if you listen to the song, you will love it.
Yes, dear. Thank you very much for sharing that, ma'am. You've spoken of freedom.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'd love to know, what is freedom for Ritika?
My own quote, which I wrote on my first book, where, like, women are birds who are not safe in the sky and not happy when in cage. So, freedom to me is all in my head. Whenever I'm writing something, whenever I'm producing something creatively, be it even cooking, that gives me a lot of freedom. It doesn't mean that you have to go and fight the world. Doing what your heart loves, and when you're not harming anybody, that is freedom for me.
Excellent. I love the way you explain this.
Thank you.
Excellent, ma'am. Now, dear, I'd love to know about your skill with regard to cooking, as you've just mentioned now.
Yes.
Good at cooking, and that gives you a lot of peace, and you
Yes.
also find a lot of freedom, I think, with all the ingredients that are in
Yes.
front of you.
Yes.
Over to you. What are you good at cooking?
Yes, I love cooking. I cook everything that is, edible and, South Indian, North Indian, and I love all types of baking. It's Christmas time. I keep making the plum cake and all that, like, soaking them in uh, uh, rum and wine. It's so much of, fun in making a plum cake where you add the bitterness, the most what do you call, like cinnamon and everything, and then you bring out something very sweet. Cooking to me gives a lot of peace. It's the time where I meditate. I don't believe in sitting in one place. Sitting with no thoughts is not meditation for me. But cooking where I forget myself, that is meditation for me. Whenever I make a sweet or what do you call, a spicy food, anything, I have the habit of not tasting while cooking. It's all like, in the head, the equation. I just like add them and I serve it and I look at people how much they love. And luckily, until now, it has always been perfect. Especially when it comes to friends who wants to see me, I keep inviting them home, and I make sure I prepare something for them than going out to a restaurant and a cafe and spending time with them. I like surprising my friends with, the food I make, the snacks I prepare for them exclusively. That's how I could. That's my love language, in fact.
Excellent, ma'am. I really love it. The way you shared it. You said, I love cooking. The way how you said, like you have guests over your place, like you have your
Yes.
friends coming and you don't like to go out and have
Yes.
it. You'd like to treat
Yes.
them at home in the right
Yes.
way, preparing the good food for them. And you've also mentioned like seeing the satisfaction on their face when they taste the food and start
Yes.
eating it. No, that really, I just was imagining that scene. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, that's really nice. So, see, you are a multi-talented person. It's not just you are in one field or something, like you have a range of things you put
Thank you.
yourself into that. That's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you for feeling so. Thank you.
That's great. Now, ma'am, from where did you learn the skill of cooking? Did you observe your mother when she was cooking when you were a kid?
No, my mom is an excellent cook. She cooks really very well. My grandmother, everybody used to cook so well, but it is strange, maybe because of the liberty I had at home. They did not treat me as a girl child who has to, be bound to, who should be bound to the kitchen and all that. Like, so they never taught me, they never bothered or invited me to go cook for anybody in the house, like be it my mom or dad or my brother. Even when they left, when they like, leave the house, they were very sure that they prepare food and go. It's just like, my own interest. I don't know, like I was drawn to the stove. I was like drawn to the flames like a moth. I wanted to explore. I just like started to cook on my own. None of my recipes resemble any of my moms or grandmoms or my uncles. No, it's all on my own. Like all the recipes is my signature recipe, I should say.
We'd love to know about your early childhood. What kind of a child was Mritika?
My early childhood, I think I'm still a child at heart. And my early childhood was the same. Like I belong to a nuclear family where it's mom, dad, and my elder brother, who's 10 years older to me. And we lived in a very what do you call, commercial area. So I didn't have much of friends to play around. Maybe these are all the reasons that gave me an option to explore cooking and be only thing. Like I used to say when I was a child, my parents were busy with the business my father was doing. My mom will be helping him. So all the time I used to be a lonely child, but was not an unhappy child. I had my pets. I had my television. Every day I come to the empty house as a kid. I throw off my school bags. I don't even feel like eating. I'll watch a Hollywood movie or two until my parents return. Like I used to say that Hollywood films babysat me. As a child, I was a lonely kid, but a happy lonely kid.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that. That's really
Yes.
nice. You've said like you were a happy child, although you
Yes.
were a bit lonely at home, but still you utilized your time, gained a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
knowledge and
I
experience.
always like I used to draw a lot. And that was my first passion. everywhere, like any paper and pen, like wherever you put me, I'll be like very happy on my own because I start drawing. Definitely my drawings were not that good, but I kept on drawing as a child.
What was your experience in school? How did the teachers and, I mean, the school management treat you? Did they give you a lot
Ah,
of
okay. I should. Thanks for asking me this question. I have lots of anger to vent. Please, like, now the children are given enough respect and freedom as kids by the teachers and the school authorities. But when I was a child myself, I didn't have a very happy school days because I felt the teachers were unnecessarily strict because my mom and dad were not too keen that I should be a first rank holder or a second rank holder like that. And I was not at all a naughty kid in school, but still, I'll be mishandled by the teachers where they use whip sticks and all that to whip because the score is too low. I still want to question my math teacher why he had to whip me because I scored very least in mathematics, because it's not useful anywhere today for me in any part of life. Even in the nights, I used to think like, why do I have to know a square plus b square is equal to what? Is because it has not helped me in any situations of my life. And why they have to be so harsh? Of course, learning is good, education is good, but being strict in a rude way towards a child is definitely not good. Now the kids are much better, but those times, like going to tuition was a must, so people were economically fixed in their thoughts, so they thought torturing children in the schools will bring them to tuition. And it was not working with me because my folks did not bother what my papers showed. They all wanted is to not be a dumb child, get some wisdom through the schools and the classes they put me to. So it happens eventually. With little love and with little kindness, they definitely can make any child a better one, and definitely not the sticks. No, I hate my math teachers, all of them who are watching this.
Yes, dear. Thank you for opening up and sharing that.
Yeah.
We have many of the people sharing the negative experiences they've had in school.
Yes.
And we've had like quite mean and rude teachers, and
Yes.
like pointing out something that the child was not responsible for.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe the child's parents were responsible, or the
Thank you for
caretakers.
bringing that out. Yes. What happened? Good that you asked me this question. This will be very interesting for you and the watchers who are listening to us. What happened in my first grade? I used to be very dark, like darker than I am now. I was a slim, thin, puny, dark child when I was in school. That time there was this school competitions going on. They all preferred only fair-skinned girls, pink skin toned children to come and dance, to appear for fancy dress and all that. There was this film Anjali getting released, and it's a children's movie, right? So I was in awe about the entire movie and the songs and all that. When I went and enrolled myself for dancing to one of the songs from the film, they were like, no, 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 not you, not you, not you. I didn't know it is because I was dark, but I remember as a first standard child, through the gaps of the doors where they were practicing, I'll be like, standing and admiring the boys and girls dancing for Anjali film songs. And today I think like all those who danced have already become parents and have their kids and commitments going on. But I'm so happy that I'm into filmmaking where I can still do films like Anjali than simply only dance as a child. So what I missed there, I'm happy I was able to attain now.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much for sharing that, ma'am. Thank you very much. In fact, you took me back to my school days. You made me go down memory lane to recollect something about my childhood as well. I could resonate with what you've shared. I also experienced something similar, the same. And they would give importance to the rich and famous.
Yes.
Yes, they never ever wanted. And even I would just long and wait when they would call me and
Yes.
give me a spot over there, or make me even show my talent maybe, or I
Yes.
could learn what they were teaching.
Yes.
Only were very selective. I really,
Yes.
really feel very, very bad about what
Yes.
happened. Yes, Steve. And I guess that's why nowadays, like the entire class participates in something or the other, some activity or the other, on maybe on Parents' Day or Sports Day, or maybe the annual function day of the school, something like that. In fact, all teachers and school managements, including college management, should give opportunities to one and all equally, without giving any special importance to the looks, color, or the class, caste, creed, etc. All are equal. We are all human beings, and especially children should be treated with lots of love, because we do have those sad feelings of being left out.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for sharing all of that. That's really nice to discuss that. I could also remember, as you said, used to stand and view them from the
Through the
I
gaps
did
of the
the
door.
same. And I would be thinking, why are they not selecting me? What's wrong with me?
Yes.
And that made me feel inferior in a sort of way, like, made me feel inferior about myself.
Mm.
And I'm sure many of them might have experienced this, right?
Yes,
Yes.
many can relate.
Anyway, today we are here, bold and courageous, right? Thank you so much, ma'am. Mrithika, ma'am, I'd love to know, like, what were you called when you were a kid? Like, do you have a pet name or something, or they call you Mrithika itself?
This is another dark side. I am so angry with my family that nobody gave me a pet name. Mrithika is Mrithika at home. Yes, I'm called as Mrithika. Maybe they thought Mrithika Santhoshini is my full name. Mrithika is my pet name.
Yes, dear. What about your friends? How do they call you? Do they call you with the same name, or is this?
My friends cut short that, like, most of them call me Mriti. Like, I like, because it shows that they know me for so many years. Mriti, they call me. And people who know me for decades, they call me Mri. I don't know, like, it goes on reducing. Maybe only my grandmother gave me a pet name. It was Bujai, but I was not, I was not grown up enough to know that she called me, but my cousins say she called me, so which I'm really missing to hear.
Thank you for sharing that, ma'am.
Yes.
You have a brother, you said, and there is a gap of 10 years.
Yes.
So I'd love to know, what is your equation with him, and how do you gel with your brother or bond with your brother? Are you okay with sharing that? You could share.
Oh, yes, I'm very much okay with sharing about it, because my brother is my first best friend. Since he's 10 years old and all that, there was no time for him to fight with me. There is no, there is no jealousy, there is no quarrels, but I always found time to pick on him. As any younger sister, will be spying on him. And, like, my spying skills have been, excellent, because I was always in his room. I will be the first person to go and tell my parents if he smoked, tried smoking the first time. Even he wouldn't know that. And then, when he had a girlfriend, I was the first person to go and tell my parents he's seeing someone and all that. And yes, after me slowly growing up, then I became his, what do you call, messenger. I started to, because he had his girlfriend studying in college hostels, where he used me to call them like I'm her friend. I'll say, like, call so and so from this room, the what, those times, because he's 10 years older, you see. So I was in school and he was in college. He was having girlfriends, and it was landline that were connecting them. And I used to call her family. I used to call, like, so all those times he'll be like very kind and nice to me. So he tried to get the work done through me and all that. And other than that, as I said, he's my very best friend. Anything I do, I always think I should dedicate it to him, because he grew up as a man with fine taste in music, and he had lots of ambitions in life and all that. He's quite responsible and a nice person. I always think, like, if at all I have to become somebody, I should be as nice as him. By heart.
How sweet. You shared that beautiful journey. I could just like imagine you taking.
Yes. And the only thing I could blackmail is, like, if you are not, respecting me, because I'm too small, right? I'll want him to respect me as if I'm his elder sister. And say, like, if you're not doing this, I'll not call. Or I'll tell mom that you are using me to call her. All these blackmailing stuff used to happen.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful journey with your brother, ma'am. That's really.
Thank you.
Ritika, I'd love to ask you this very important question.
Yes,
Have you ever
please.
questioned life? I have questioned life. Sometimes when we face a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes it's only downs, downs, downs. And there's no up, like you still can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then you begin to question life. So have
Mhm.
you also faced this phase where you question life? Why is this life, it is meaningless when we face a lot of ups and downs and nobody stands by us?
No, I don't say that I have not had such situations. Yes, I've been in the downest, what do you call, the rock bottoms. Yes, I've hit and all that. But I have never questioned life. I'm a person who believes in God and I surrender completely, be the pain, be the joy, the success, whatever comes my way, I surrender it to the God I, pray to. So what happens is like whenever I'm suffering, whenever I'm at low, I'll say, like, I don't know what I did to go through this, but give me the strength, let me pass this by.
That's nice.
So I don't question why this is happening to me. No. Whenever something bad happens to me, I always say, like, I know something I've done had created this. Like I named my film. It's like, maybe I
Valari.
wouldn't remember why and from where it is coming. But I was very sure, like, whatever the bad things that happened to me should have been created by me only. I take the whole credit of it, and then I don't question life at all. I love life so much that I don't have questions.
Wow, I like your answer. It's very,
Thank
very
you.
positive. Very
Thank you.
positive. Thank you, dear. Thank you for sharing that. That's really nice. Thank you for
Mm.
sharing that. Thank you for being honest on that as well.
Yes, thank you.
Now, dear, we'd love to know about you wanting to relive somebody's life. Imagine, like, if we give you an option, just it's an imaginary question. Like, if you were given a device in hand,
Okay.
asked to click the device that would take you
Like
to
soul
the past
exchange.
era, and there the task is to relive somebody's life and return back. If this was the
Okay.
case, whose life you'd love to relive and return back?
You mean the person who are alive or
No,
who's
who are
not?
no more. Who are no more.
Okay.
It is
I
going
thought
into
it's
the
like soul
past era,
exchange.
like
Okay. Who's no more?
the first person that comes to your mind, or the first personality that comes to your mind.
Like it's not reliving. I don't think I deserve their life, but if I could meet somebody who is not alive today, it will be Michael Jackson.
Great.
I don't I'm not greedy to relive his or her life for a moment also, because all the people I love are too glorious. Even some humble by wealth or whatever, they're still like too big. That's the reason we love them, isn't it? Like for what they've done to the world or to their lives. So I always think, whenever I listen to Michael Jackson, whenever I watch his videos, uh, he's the only human being that I miss meeting or seeing eye to eye.
You've mentioned Michael Jackson. Which song of his appeals to you, or makes you like?
Will you be there?
Mhm. That's really
Will
great.
you be there?
Would you like to sing that for us?
No, he will start to relive my life if I'm doing that. His grave will be shaken.
Oh dear. Good humor. Now, ma'am, I'd like to know about what is it that you love about Mrithika?
Love about Mritika? Yes, that's a brilliant question, because I tell people whenever I pass, you have to put up on the epitaph that there was only one Mritika. You cannot find anybody else like me. That is something, it's not narcissistic, not out of my ego. I would say, like, as you have acknowledged, yes, I'm too honest a person. Whatever comes to my mind, I don't hide. I just like live life as I feel, and I don't believe in conspiracy scheming against somebody and all that stuff. So that's something I love about Mritika. She is the only human who can love 100% when it comes to loving something.
And what about hating?
Hating is something I'm yet to learn. Even the baddest people I have been always kind to. I sometimes used to cry why I'm not able to hate for all that they've done to me. Why I'm not able to hate? I cannot hate. You have to hate. Hate is good actually, but that's something. What do you call? I'm disabled.
Many of them could resonate with what you've just shared. Like,
Mhm.
I can't hate the person who has hurt
Yes.
me. It's quite
Yes.
difficult. I
Yes.
forgive them, or maybe just leave them, to live their lives.
Yes.
We forgive them, but we don't want them to hurt us again. We should be careful with regard to that. We should
Yes.
not give them a chance or an
Good idea.
opportunity.
We will not give space. Like, no, that won't happen. But hating is something I will not understand. Why anybody has to hate anything? Like, I'll not understand. Even when people hate animals, I'll be wondering why. They look entirely different than us. They look entirely helpless when compared to humans. But still, why humans have to hate an animal that is like nowhere bothering their lives? And none of the animals, if you've observed, hates human, which trouble their lives. We cut trees, we build homes, removing them from their habitats and all that. But no elephants, no birds, no squirrels are hating any humans. But all humans have that extra power, what you call the superpower of hatred for one another. That is something we should shed.
Yes, dear. Thank you, Mritika, for sharing that. What I've seen personally from my encounters or experiences with people, there are some people who are very much attached and polite, and they connect very well with you. But there are some people, for no rhyme or reason, they don't like me, or maybe I don't like them too for no rhyme.
Ah,
I don't know what is this. Or maybe I have not done anything to them, but they hate me, or they have not done anything to me and I hate them like anything. I don't know what is this. Maybe uh,
trust me, that's past life. There is
past
past
life, I
life.
guess, right? That's really very, very true.
Yes, yes, it's there.
Now, Ritika, would love you to give a wonderful message, like give us a nice message. What's the message from Ritika to the entire world?
Ritika to entire world. I don't know if I am a person who's qualified enough to give a message to the world, but yes, as a living being, we are all here to carry messages. We are all here to give something to the other person. In that way, I take this opportunity to and say, please be compassionate. Spend time with elders, respect senior citizens, and make time for your parents, grandparents. These mobile phones, reels, films, web series you're binge watching, anything can be there forever. But the people who are loving you will not be there forever. You should always, spend your time for the pets around you, for the parents around you, to the grandparents around you. Like, don't put them in shelters, homes. Like, no, but take them wherever you're going, or be with them and leave. Life is not all about work. Life is not all about money and success. It's about connection, and make that connection worthwhile. Mhm.
Hats off to you. I really love this
Thank you.
answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, lots of respect for you. My respect for you has increased because you shared that so well. Although
Thank you,
you were
ma'am.
hesitating to give us a message, but then I could see the beautiful flow that has come out of you. You shared
Yes.
that so well. Very nice. That's great.
Mm.
I mean, it's one of the best messages I've received on the platform.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you. You've made my day. Thanks.
that's really nice. So that's really nice having a good time with you, getting to know your thoughts and views, and you inspired us also in a
Thank
very
you.
profound and nice way. You put everything so clearly. You've been very genuine. You're very transparent. There are no filters when you've shared. Like, you've been very open and natural when you shared. That's really nice. Now we have a small segment. Before we enter into the small segment called as the rapid fire round, do you have anything else that you would love to share with the public?
Yes, I always have a lot to share with the public, and that's one of the reasons that made me an author and a filmmaker. In fact, please do not buy animals. Please don't, pay money and buy the puppies. Do not cage birds. Do not, do these things, or be a, what do you call, be a supporter of it, where you are unfortunately helping somebody be cruel to animals. They all are born, like, nobody has a right to sell a human baby. Similarly, nobody has a right to fix a price for something that has life inside it. And every time I pass by a pet store, I feel really terrible about the world. They're all waiting to get adopted. Adopt. Just be kind to every animals you come across in the street, in around you. There's no need for somebody to breed a female dog in a business oriented mind, and then sell the puppies. No, say no to animal pimping, please.
Yes, that's a big message. That's a big message. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This tells me that you have a lot of love and compassion for animals as well. That's really nice.
Yes, like for all lives, ma'am. More I talk about animals is because they cannot talk for themselves. It's not that, I don't like humans and I like animals. No, like anybody who is a humanitarian will also love animals, is what I strongly believe.
Yes, dear. You are right, ma'am.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing. Now we'll go on to the small round called as the rapid fire round. It
Oh,
will be
sure.
a fire round. You just have to answer in one word.
Okay. Okay.
Just one word. It will be very brief. You just have to make a choice.
Okay.
Yes, dear. My dear friends, join us on this beautiful round called as the rapid fire round to get to know the likes and dislikes of our celebrity guest. She is none other than M Mrithika Santhoshini, joining us from the lovely city Coimbatore, located in Tamil Nadu, India. Dear ma'am, what is it that you love about Coimbatore? You can give an answer in a sentence.
Actually, it's all changed these days. It's a really difficult question.
In one
Okay.
word, put at least in one word, like
The natives. The natives.
wow. The people. You mean to say the
Yes.
people?
The natives of Coimbatore.
Oh, the natives of Coimbatore. That's great. That's really nice. That's wonderful. What is the best street food that you love in Coimbatore?
They say kalan, the mushroom,
Yes.
not the magic mushroom. Because these days it's all over the news channels that mushroom ante it gives a wrong image. The spicy masala mushrooms they make, only in the roadside you can get excellent tasty mushrooms.
Yes, dear. What about your favorite color?
White, always.
If you need to keep yourself fit and fine, of course, you're focusing on vegetarianism. Is it walking, gymming, cycling, yoga? What is it that keeps you fit and healthy?
Yoga.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes, all teeth of mine are sweet.
Like, which is your famous sweet, or like the first thing you'd love to have if you enter a sweet shop? This is the one I'd love to select.
Oh my god, the question itself makes me high. It's jalebi.
Yes, dear. Now, ma'am, as we know that you don't like mathematics and like you have an aversion towards mathematics because of certain incidents when you were a student, but I still love to know your favorite subject.
It's easy for you to
English?
get. Yes.
Yes, dear. And may I know your teacher or sir who really made you passionate about English and take
Many. My
one?
first,
You have to be selective. Only one name you have to mention, like
my
within.
LKG teacher, Chandrika. I still remember the first day.
That's great, Chandrika ma'am. Now, ma'am, are you mom's pet or dad's pet?
They're, they are my pet.
How sweet. A lovely answer. A great tribute to both of them. Your favorite month?
Feb, my birth month.
Maybe know the day if you don't mind.
Feb 3rd.
Among all the 7 days, which day you feel you very happy with? And everyone have their own specific days. For me, it is a Friday that I love. A Tuesday or a Friday, I'm very happy. Or maybe I'm like fixed with those 2 days. What about you?
Saturday.
Yes. You believe in comfort or style?
Comfort.
Your favorite music?
All types of music, from Carnatic, the classic songs, even the black and white Hindi songs.
If I ask you to prioritize one,
country songs.
do you believe in second chances?
100%.
How would you describe a beautiful day in your life? In one
As
word.
long as
In one word. One word. ஒரு நல்ல நாள் in one word.
சிரிச்ச நாள். சிரித்த நாட்கள் எல்லாமே நல்ல நாள்.
Yes, dear. It's really nice. The day I laugh, the day I make others laugh. That's really a lovely answer.
You laugh. That is important.
Yes, that's really nice.
Making others laugh is easy, but you laughing is the most difficult thing to happen in life. So any day you are laughing, that is your best day.
Wow. See how beautifully you are generating your ideas. That's really nice. Yes, dear. Now, ma'am, now I'd love to know about your favorite season. As we know, Coimbatore or Tamil Nadu.
Rainy season is my favorite season.
Rainy season is your
Yes.
So when you get up on a rainy day, what is it that you'd love to have with regard to food? What do you prepare? Something like that?
Prefer tea. I'm a coffee lover actually. I love only coffee all the time. Like I'm addicted to caffeine. But when it is raining, I do want chai, the masala chai.
Ritika loves socializing or prioritizes me time?
Prioritizing me time.
You make a
Sorry.
guess now. You have to select between both the two.
Prioritizing me time.
Prioritizing me time. Yes, dear. Like, I mean, I put it right. Like, if you have to skip a social event or maybe a function or a party and you want to spend time with your own self and do something that you love. So either you go for party or stay back at home. So what would you prioritize?
All my friends who are watching this know it very well. I'm good at skipping the party or the plan or the event which I promised that I'll join.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, when you are all alone and like you don't even have carry with you besides you, or you don't have your pen and paper, or to enter your thoughts and like write a story, or put down the beautiful lines that you in the form of a lyric or something like that. Nothing is besides you, just there's a chair
Mhm.
and there are four walls and there's a big window, and opposite your window there's nothing. There's
Mhm.
just another wall opposite your window. You're connected to your thoughts. You have nothing to do. Have nothing to do there. You can't read anything. Who is that? Is that your cat? Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Looking into the camera. It's fine, no worries. So, like, I'd love to know, like, where would your thoughts take you into the past, present, or future?
To my future.
Yes, dear. And I guess you are a nocturnal person, as you mentioned that earlier, right?
Yes.
I have to skip this question. You love fruits or you love fried stuff? What is it that you like to have?
Yes.
Your favorite one?
I love jackfruit.
Palapala, Milla?
Yes.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that and reminding me of that beautiful fruit as well. You love a joint family or a nuclear family?
Joint family anytime.
If you happen to meet the Almighty, what is the question that you will ask the Almighty?
How did you love me through all my ups and downs, mistakes and flaws?
And ma'am, the insect that you don't like?
Mosquito.
Mosquito. That's right. Nice, ma'am. That's really great. Thank you for sharing. Now, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your time and energy with us. You've shared a lot of positive aura. Let me put it right. You've shared a lot of positive aura around this platform. Thank you so much. And I like many of your answers. They were just from your heart. That's really nice. Thank you so much. We look forward to many more interactions with you in
Oh,
the near
beautiful.
future as well. Stay
Thank you
connected.
so much. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me and finding my answers very interesting. And if anything about this show is beautiful, it is all because of you.
Same to you, ma'am. See, it goes two ways. Like, until like I get the guest sharing out genuinely from there, and that's how the process goes forward. So you've been a wonderful guest and very, very kind and humble. Thank you so much. We wish you all
Thank
the
you.
best in all your endeavors. We'd love to see more of your work in the film industry and as well as in the literary field.
Thank you.
And of course,
Thank
not to forget your love for animals. And you've asked other people not to purchase animals.
Yes.
Not it either adopt animals. And you've mentioned all of that. That's really nice. Thank you so much, ma'am. Stay connected. So, dear friends, we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today. We've had a wonderful session with our celebrity guest. She is none other than M Mrithika Santhoshini, joining us all the way from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. Do share this video with the right kind of people. And if you'd love to connect with ma'am for any reason, either it could be with her work or with the protection of animals or with regard to her books or films, you could get connected with her. Of course, with ma'am's permission, we will share her description details. We'll share her details in the description when we share this video. And that we'd like to sum up the session now. We'd like you to like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. And above all, don't forget to love yourself, protect your family, protect your pets, and live a complete life. Enjoy the gift of life and be happy every day. Laugh and make others laugh.